Greetings and welcome to Unity 4 Fundamentals. Now the very first time you start the Unity editor, it is probably going to look something like this. We'll have the main menu up here, we'll have the hierarchy panel here, we'll have our viewports over here, the project panel down here, and the object inspector over here. In the viewport, it's likely that you will see the Angry Bots project. That is a level that will look something like this here. Now if you do not see this project, you can always open it up by choosing File and Open Project. And if you can't find the Angry Bots project through that method, you can always visit the Asset Store by selecting Window, Asset Store, or pressing Ctrl 9 on the keyboard. By doing that, this opens up the Asset Store. Let me just drag this a little bit further into the recording window. And you can use this search box up here to type Angry Bots and press Enter on the keyboard. And here you will find the Angry Bots project, which you can select and download to your system. Now this interface is fully customizable. For example, I can click and drag this scene panel and drag and drop it, for example, over here to create a kind of a split screen view. I can even drag and drop the scene panel all the way over here to dock it to the side of the screen. But I'm going to put this back. I'm going to click and drag and move that over here so that we have, let's just swap these two. So we have the scene tab on the left and the game tab on the right hand side. We're going to have the project panel here, the console over here, the hierarchy panel here, and the inspector here. Now if you don't have the console visible, for example, if I click and drag the console out of here and I just turn it into a free floating window, I can click the cross and make that disappear, and there we don't have the console. Now if you don't have the console visible, you can always bring that up along with any of these other tabs by choosing Window, and you can choose Console to bring up the console, and you have access to all of these other windows here, and many of them have keyboard shortcuts as well. So I'm going to select Console to bring that back into the view, and here again we have the console window, and I'll click and drag this console tab and drag and drop it over here next to the project panel and put this here so that we have this default arrangement here. And this arrangement really is the arrangement I'm going to be using throughout the rest of the book for most of the tutorials that we're going to be pursuing, unless I mention otherwise. Now all of these panels, these independent panels here, they can be maximized in the editor. For example, if I wanted to get a larger view of this scene viewport here, I can hover my mouse over the viewport and press the spacebar key on the keyboard, and voila, it turns into full screen. And I can press the spacebar again to restore that. And this applies to all of the other panels. For example, even the hierarchy panel here, I can hover my mouse over here, press the spacebar, and it turns to full screen. Spacebar again to restore. Again for the project panel, spacebar to maximize, spacebar to restore, and you can repeat that process for any of these panels in the interface. So that really is a quick rundown of the Unity interface.